My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2. We're going into Chapter 3, that is Obsession. And we're going to be going in with a brand new party. And this brand new party is the Hellion. This Hellion's not called Boudica though, this Hellion's called Abattoth. The names for this party and all future parties are drawn from the current 4th wall tier over on the Republic Patron. I mean, look, it's linked in the description down below, and it's also at the end of the episode. I don't need to say the link out loud, I don't need to tell you that it's patreon.com/rhapsodyplays, but I can if I pretend that I'm not telling you that. So we've got Hellion, we've got Abattoth as our Hellion who's standing up here in the front line, in the very front position as well. So we are very likely to take Ravager for them. They have lower burn resistance and have a chance to bleed themselves at the start of the turn. Thankfully, our main healer here is Disnemia as our Plague Doctor, who is not only a main healer, but also a surgeon. Suture or Sever both have their uses. So finally, we're actually going to be running the melee build here on the Plague Doctor, and that is plus 25% max HP, melee skills do plus 50% damage, melee skill, singular, probably actually. Healing skills do a third extra healing, and less blight resistance piercing. So ultimately this is based around the idea of using Incision, and other than that, mainly buff abilities such as the Ounce of Protection, the Battlefield Medicine for healing other targets on the field, and especially the Emboldening Vapors, which give a damage token to a target. On upgrade, give a damage token as well as a speed token to a target. Especially when I have a Hellion and a Leper, who are both very good at putting out large individual numbers. Seems like it might be a pretty good thing. For a little bit more range damage in the party, we have Eloise, our Deadeye Grave Robber up here in the back line, who's going to be throwing thrown daggers at all the appropriate targets, flashing daggers, poison darts, etc., so on and so forth. They are a Deadeye, giving them extra damage and crit on range skills, however their melee is worse. Also, this is one of the characters in our party that is capable of sustaining themselves with Dead of Night. Not only are they capable of sustaining their own health, they're also capable of sustaining their own stress heal. Another character that can do that is our Leper, Dyla. Our Chop Leper, so they can be run in rank 2. The big problem with the Leper is they have a bum leg, so they have no movement resist whatsoever. If anyone attempts to move them, they will move. Something I'm going to be looking to get rid of as quickly as possible. However, on the other side, they are a natural swing, giving them 10% extra damage on melee skills, as well as 3% extra chance to crit. Our Hellion as well also has plus 20% max HP, and is an occultophobic. There's natural swing also on our Plague Doctor, who's running the melee build, so extra damage and extra crit on that ability. And then finally, our Pathfinder in the Deadeye. So I should also choose the Ravager path here before I move onwards. I believe everyone else has the right abilities that I intended already targeted. Great, let's go. Oh, I'm keen. I feel pretty confident about this party. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do.
What a pity.
So, noting that we also picked up a huge amount of trinkets in items and stagecoach items in the last area. Hang on, I'm turning the background music down a little bit. Keep the VO high, get the music just a little lower. There we go. Cool. Noting that we have these, there's a couple that we might care about. So Stone Mount, on turn end, convert block tokens to block plus tokens. However, if you miss, if you're in the first in the turn order, you gain a stress. The Leper is never going to be the first in the turn order with a -1 speed. However, the Leper is capable of gaining some block tokens. With Withstand, we gain block tokens, and the upgrade would turn them into block plus tokens. Why not upgrade the skill, but still get all the benefit? I take Stone Mount on you. We don't have a stained item, so I don't have to worry about that right now. Gain on hit. Sorry, on turn start, 15% chance to gain a block. Honestly, probably want to put that on the Hellion more than anyone else. A apply on hit, weaken 15% of the time, or buff the enemy. Interesting, interesting. I mean, I do want Leper to be taunting a little bit, so gain on hit, taunt, or taunt 2. I'd really like everyone to be hitting our Leper. The Bulwark Band for at turn start, 15% chance to gain dodge. On miss, gain blindness. I'm going to give 2 of those to Eloise in the back line. Apply on hit the inability to move. I mean, honestly, that doesn't seem particularly great. I guess maybe that makes more sense on Eloise, who's possibly capable of targeting the backline. Other than that, we have 1 combat item, which I can just throw on pretty much anyone right now. And then we are ready to move on. Grand. Oh, I'm very keen to see how this party works out. There's a couple abilities, you know, in the canon of Darkest Dungeon that I really feel I've underutilized. That I feel like there is so much support for. There has to be a reason to do it.
The of your denial is giving way.
It's time to explore that possibility. The Leper, of course, at turn start, at combat start rather, has a 50% chance to become blind and a 25% chance to become blind again. Use Revenge twice in a single fight. Interesting. Okay, let's open up with some Incision.
Malaise.
Great.
Measured and steady.
With this Incision, even without that crit, I was capable of killing a target and getting some damage on another one. Love to do that. I'm gonna bleed out the enemy frontliner.
And wanes.
Ideally, my goal here is to use Revenge 2 times, and then have the enemy bleed out. Oh, never mind, I don't have Revenge ticked on at the moment. I see. That's gonna make that slightly difficult. I'll roll Withstand. Oh, I love those big old block tokens we get there. Loving it. That's the least damage I've seen a Thrown Dagger do in quite some time. And I can't even project damage to that line right now. Sure, I'm gonna go for an ounce of prevention, I guess.
Cooperation is the key.
That's fine. I do have the ability to reflect that horror away. I have a little bit of a tough time working my way through all of these graves, if ultimately that's the way I want to go about it, but I think I should. I'm gonna take one of them down in order to open the ability to incise their enemy backline target, and we'll finish them off with a crit straight to the face. No stress recovery? Really? How dare.
The one pleasant in the extreme. This work is noble and necessary.
So that's 2 mastery for us. I've got to think about which abilities I really care about upgrading as quickly as possible. One of them should probably be the stress recovery ability for Eloise. I don't otherwise really have the ability to take out corpses, and I need to take out the corpses to reveal backline targets to our front line.
The roaring heart does much for the weary body. Even more, perhaps, for the restless soul.
Another thing that would be super valuable is upgrading the value of bleed out in terms of its burn applied. Oh wait, hang on. No, you're as a result of being Ravager, you have lower bleed piercing. It really feels like I don't do Dead of Night first. Like, I keep it as an ability, but I don't need it to be stress healing. In fact, if I do more damage to backliners, courtesy of something like a Thrown Dagger maybe, I'll already be quote-unquote stress healing. Incision for extra damage on Disneymer. I mean, a lot of the time, when I say a lot of the time, I guess what I mean is all of the time. All of the time, that'll pretty much be your opening ability to a fight. Dyla. You do have Revenge, which if I upgraded would only give you a single vulnerability token, would remove your weakness, and then for the next 3 turns give you a damage token at turn start, and for the next 3 turns a 15% chance to give a crit token at turn start. There's a cooldown of 3. You know what? Yeah, I want it. How much can I really apply combo to enemy targets? Like, yeah, there's combo from Iron Swan, which is a great setup for Thrown Dagger. I believe Iron Swan should be ticked on. It is quite limited in where it can target, but god is it impactful when it targets. I think Incision would be a reasonable upgrade here. I really want to justify upgrading Revenge right now, so I'm gonna do it.
Spend what you can, for wealth no longer has meaning.
If indeed it ever did. I love that one. For healing given, lower damage. No, not really that kind of thing, thank you. Extra movement resist until the next inn. Kind of good, kind of good. Let's have a look at the next routes.
Every road a winding torment. Every turn bent on our destruction.
Oh. Clear out the lair. And this is in the Tangle. So that means it's the Dreaming General that I would have to deal with. Not a lot of movement in that fight. If I tagged Plague Grenade, I would give... maybe I don't like Plague Grenade in that fight, though. That would have the ability to hit the Taproot in the backline as well as the Dreaming General at the same time. I do feel like I have a lot of damage that I can just chunk into the General. And we've got a lot of inn items. There's extra safe roads. I like safe roads. Oh boy, I really want to go to the Tangle.
A new variable in the equation of your fate.
Iron Banded Wheels, as well as extra Hero Shrine location scouting. What would be particularly useful in that fight? Actually, I think if I threw these, that would also help me. Okay, so here's the general idea. If I throw Bleed against the entire enemy party, I believe I'll be able to hit the Taproot. I think even the Toxic Ichor will count for the sake of this. And in hitting that Taproot, I believe I'm going to be able to push through the fight. I'm also going to elect to go to the Provisioner and pick up some milk-soaked linen. The reason for this is so that I can get our Leper to be able to strike in instances where otherwise they might have had difficulty. Invigorating Intoxicant does seem like it would be reasonable in the fight. I guess we'll see by the time I get there. Extra speed to a character. I mean, honestly? Yeah, I kind of do want to put that on our leper. Next, healing received from skills until the next inn. I'll pop that on our frontliners, who I'm also going to give plus 20% max HP to. Let's get Eloise to have 5% chance to dodge at the start of each round, and Disneymere a chance to buff their defense. Let's give the Simulating Poultice to Dyla. Heavily reducing the size of our inventory here. Excellent, excellent. No, I'm also going to buy 2 stale bread.
The rigors of the road.
And a clotting poultice.
A bit of comfort on the road to damnation.
I'm going to try and prevent our Ravager from getting bled so often by their own ability. And I'm going to give extra health to the other part of the party. All of this is because I intend to take out a lair very, very early. And that is, I mean, I guess at this point, the Republic card. There we go. It's because I intend to take out a high-risk line early on.
And tents. The front lines of a war that was never fought.
Yeah, I don't care about getting more stagecoach repairs right now. I have enough for my wheels. I love this scene. It really feels like a lovely, quiet, contemplative moment as everyone's standing arm in arm or fist to fist, I guess, depending on whether they've had positive or negative relationships with one another. Before rolling into the near abyss.
Only
love it.
Resignation.
We got 4 more milk-soaked linen! That's huge! Milk-soaked linen is a removal of blindness. That is so good for the leper. Just guaranteeing them. Ooh, I managed a flashing dagger and hit both of the targets. Despite their dodge tokens, that is. Oh, if that bleeds, cool. Dog down. Not cool because the dog's down, but cool because an enemy is down. And the enemy just so happened to have been a dog. I want to try and... Yep. As it turns out, I did want to do that. Gotta kill a corpse in order to give my other characters the ability to actually reach this target. Yeah, corpse management, as it turns out, is actually very important in this party.
In this world, wealth is worthless without purpose.
Oh, I didn't tag on revenge yet. Oh, that was gonna be really awkward for a bit if I didn't do that. I'm gonna turn off Solemnity in order to turn on Revenge Plus. It is seductive, isn't it, Disneymere? Paracelsus protege for this part. Come on, please give me the ability to take the items away. Yes. Did you hear that? Fill our skins and go, says Disneymere.
Scavenge what you can, and be off once more.
In doing so, providing to us a very powerful... I guess Eloise is the person I respond to here. A very powerful combat item for healing as well as stress reduction. There are the lair. Use if it bleeds 3 times in a single fight. You're probably not going to do that. Killing blow on swine, killing blow on fisher folk, and revenge 2 times in a single fight. 2 times in a single fight for revenge is also kind of diff. What? There's the lair this early? All right. Let's see what we can do. Oh, before we actually make it there, I need to drop emboldening vapors for blinding gas. All right.
This is a den of absolute
Let's give it a go.
evil and wretchedness.
I don't know what it is about me. I want to take out the layers immediately, constantly, but I don't know. It worked out once. Remember? Remember that one time it worked out? Me too. Split these daggers? Oh, you've got strong shackles,
Analysis
knight.
is the natural prelude to action.
I wonder if that'll prevent them from being able to use Habit You because they cannot move forward. Do I have break tagged at the moment? I think I still have break tagged. Oof. They resisted that. Wait, hang on. Surgeon. Oh, right. Yeah, so they still have resistance chances. There. I do have break tagged. Great. So I'm going to get to remove the double block tokens on the foot soldier before I attack them. Nice! Getting them down to death's door. Huge.
Hold fast.
Oh, I love that the pristine law forced them to attack our leper. On guard. Oh, that target is downed to the ground. We get one of the enemy's ripostes off of them. I'm gonna go for an Iron Swan in order to preemptively set up a hit on the target. Roll a casual withstand in order to try and command the damage of their enemy. You did a very solid Habit You. If I claim this corpse, will... big heal. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go for that heal. 15 health. Nothing to turn one's nose up at. I've got the ability to ignore blindness due to the enemy's combo. Five to 10, we roll the 5. I mean, look, I would have loved to crit there, but it's not essential. This enemy is also going to have Deathblow resist, so it's going to be a little bit annoying. Look, I would love to go with Reflection right now, and because of that, I will. Got the enemy on Death's Door. Oh, they have really high Deathblow resistance, actually. It's a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. Never mind! They have no Deathblow resistance. Let's advance to the second degree of the battle. Gotta make sure if there is a drama, hello drama, that I deal with them as quickly as possible. Slay the wounded? Oh no, that could be a problem. Debuff resistance on the knight is only 30. So I could make him blind. I could blind him. That seems good. Possibility of even setting up combo targets on people. Oh, the disarming dagger triggered on both of them, making them weak. I also did manage to blind the knight. Grand. Hopefully their powerful skill is significantly less useful here because of it. Dang, didn't manage to blight up their backliner though. Do I think I can afford to slow play this? Or do I think I need to break an enemy right now? I think I might need to break an enemy right now. I'm going to remove my blindness with the milk-soaked linen. Break the enemy frontliner. In critting, we also remove the stress there. I could put this foot soldier down on the ground and in doing so, prevent them from doing a large amount of damage, but... Oh! We crit to kill the drummer! Oh, that's incredible. I didn't even dare think that was possible. Miss, buddy. Set them on death's door, also with a bleed, so that's them dead.
A master stroke.
Good lord, we can't stop critting! The blight resistance of this character is relatively low, and their health is relatively high. It makes sense to blight them now. Alright, buddy. Ooh, you've rolled on guard. Don't believe any of my abilities really have the ability to do anything about that. However, I do dodge. Neat.
Measure out
Enemies
your
on death's
violence
door, finally.
and apply it judiciously.
I mean, this is basically as healthy as I think you can get into this fight as. Luxury gear, I do love that, works well with our Orphan Wolf Cub. Also, increased stacking of Candle of Hopes and extra Candles of Hope. Seems pretty good at this point in the game for us. Heat Shield, don't care about that. Each hero in combat start, 33% chance to gain block. However, if you are the first in the turn order, you become weakened. Nah. Reverberating Redoubt. This I like. This I love. Reverberating Redoubt, Indelible Trinket Armor. Apply to an attacker when hit 2 damage. Cool, but also, gain when hit. If your speed is lower than or equal to 2, 20% chance to gain an extra action. The leper is never gonna stop attacking. The Nightmare's End trophy. Negative 75% to trinket prices also. Seems pretty good to me. Let's go. Let's give it a go. Let's go.
Locked in a nightmare slumber, he is tortured by failures both real and imagined.
Let's try and blight you up a little bit. I'm gonna use Crow's Feet here. Okay, yeah. Cool. So that's forced the Taproot to respond to my attack. And that's great. I think I do want it constantly responding to our attacks. You know, it's time to start revenge. Oh, I even resisted the negative from that. Hell yeah. Didn't even get the debuff. I wanted to use Blinding Gas, but the backline is already responding to attacks. I don't think I need to... yeah, do anything else to it right now. Oh, never mind. You can give it increased stacks of that. That was just to resist, to lower their resistances, so I can hit my bleed. The soil stirs. Something moves beneath the ground. There's some unsettling whispers for some stress across my party. And the creeping growths continue on Abatoth and Eloise. Seems the right time to chunk you for 19 damage, buddy. Taproot is still responding to attacks. I really want to throw in another Blinding Gas or something like that, but Incision is such great damage whenever I can get it to bleed here.
Trammeled, trapped, held captive by fear.
I've never been trammeled, and I'm not starting now. think the vine gets one further down before it actually hits the person. Desperately hope that's the case. I deal 10 damage. I'm gonna preemptively use a mineral-rich spring water here.
Foundation of trust.
Man, that damage is great. Ah, the growth recedes. Okay, wait, does it have to be hit 3 times before the growth
Measure out your
ever
violence,
recedes?
then apply it judiciously.
Strange. The Hellion is doing really good damage here. Even if not necessarily critting constantly. Strangling Eloise, how dare you. Unfortunately, she's going to have to stress everyone in the party out.
Awash in turmoil.
Giant condition change right there. Oh, 21, huge hit. I really want to roll the battlefield medicine backwards, but
Any being, however horrid, can be brought to heal.
I feel it almost essential at this point to make sure I continue dealing damage. Looks like I lost my leper. Mm-hmm. The enemy does have death blow resistance. I need to get them down to that as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. Dysnomia's resolve is tested and they melt down, unfortunately. Slightly worse relationship with everyone else in the party. And then they whisper some darkness to everyone. But it's okay. Eloise is only going to whisper some darkness to everyone, and in doing so, make Avatar freak out. And also melt down. Ugh, relationships in this party are pretty tough right now. We did it! I mean, that's pretty much exactly how I expected that would go.
An artifact of unparalleled power.
If I'm entirely frank with you. I don't like all of the negative relationships we got, but we did get away with a couple of things, and that is that Abatot and Dysnomia each cleared their stress without picking up a negative quirk. That's huge. That's really big, actually. Yeah, there we go. You definitely want the armor. First in turn order. Do I have... Yep, I have a couple of free item slots here. So... Obviously, I keep as many milk-soaked linens there as I can. Let's go for the blindness from our Hellion, as well as holding the invigorating intoxicant on Dysnomia, our plague doctor. Cool. That could have gone a lot worse. Everyone's relationship is pretty bad at the moment, but I can work on buying that back. Their relationships are going to become increasingly bad over the course of this time as well, unfortunately. Oh, hell yeah. An assistance encounter.
You must be strong enough to shoulder more than your share of the burden.
I can get 2 in items by giving them 5 torch. I can get scouting as well as 30 torch. Yeah, it's much more torch than I need. Abattoth and Eloise have a falling out over this, but I get bandages and some smelling salts. Those bandages, I think, are probably more impactful than the... man, I really wish this was just consistently sorted. Oh! Yeah, there we go. Sort. There's a button. Cool. Oh, Glamour Grant. I said, ooh, Glamour Grant. Do I need to change up abilities that much after the fight? No. Cool. Oh, man. So one of the stressed out people wants to go to the Hero Shrine. One of the stressed out people doesn't want to go to the Hero Shrine. However, the Hero Shrine does lead immediately to another Hero Shrine. And that's abilities, baby. That's abilities. Oh. Actually, Dyla, you do want Solemnity back at this point, so I'll drop Break for you.
Procrastination of the inevitable is futility itself.
Actually, I'm going to drop Reflection for you. Cool, cool. I was first in Torn Order, so I should become weakened right now, right? Doesn't feel correct to do anything except for focus on heals for a little bit here. Well, now I'm not going to deal with that target in time. Although they are blinded, so maybe they deal with themselves in time. Yeah, let's get 2 stress off. Seems worthwhile. Let's just take another target off the battlefield. Of course, yeah, there are other targets on the board. Yeah, I did forget about that. Legitimately. Let's pop another Solemnity for even more stress removal. Dying to incise.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Oi! How dare you fell that tree? So close to me as well. The enemy skulks backwards.
This road cannot be walked alone.
Our surgeon does some great healing, though. Let's use Withstand to try and get our tank to actually tank like tanks do. Doesn't matter if you're guarding them, the thrown dagger finds a way. I'm gonna smoke bomb the enemy. Oh no! My smoke bomb didn't hit, and in doing so it gave me a taunt stack on Boudica, who does not want to be taunting right now. Actually, she does have bleed resist, so maybe she does. Okay, we managed to get the big guy down to death's door. So long as I strike him this turn, I believe he is guaranteed to die. Not from that hit, but either that hit or the DOT trigger at the start of their turn from the bleed would have been enough. I mean, hey, for having taken out a thing, honestly, it doesn't look like I'm now going to die as a result, which I'm over the moon about. Abattoth, do you care to unlock another ability? I had no more courage than the buzzards feasting on my failure.
Chapter 3. Night in the Woods.
I still need to play that.
As the advancing army moved on, she huddled tightly in the tree's clammy roots, hoping to be somehow swallowed up into the earth. At dawn, she woke tormented by the exuberant cries of carrion crows, come to feast upon the corpses of her kin. When at last she stirred, the scavengers took flight, repulsed by the sight of this undeserving revenant.
You're kidding me. The vultures took flight when seeing the Hellion because they were like, coward. Raucous Revelry. From any position, cooldown of 1, it gives Winded to self, and it also gives, or rather removes horror from self. On self, it gives -2 stress if stress is above 5, and if HP is below a third, it heals by 20%, and on allies, if their stress is high, it also reduces their stress. So this is one of the camping abilities that the Hellion had in the first game, represented here instead. I like it. I want to see what its upgrade does.
The loathing whispers.
Okay, so the upgrade is extra death blow resistance to the self and extra stress removal from the self. Not over the moon about that, but I could see tagging it on if stress is particularly high before a fight or something like that. Maybe tagging it on before a road fight, trying to use those as more of an opportunity for healing than we've otherwise done before.
And still they wait.
Like, we tend to try and rely on them as an opportunity for healing, but we then don't, re-tech our entire party before going into them in order to make that the case.
If we are ever to be free of it.
Alright, Hellion, tell us a little more.
Chapter 4. Shame and Exile.
Ooh, second playable.
She had shunned a warrior's death, and her cowardice would be impugned.
Abattoth says, how can I face them? A pleading apology, which I can only use against one of the frontliners, for 5 stress removed from the self, or conceding cower, which gives a token that's not shown on the token list. I mean, conceding cower seems appropriate. Seething anguish, rotten vegetable dripping with grief, seething anguish, yeah. I mean, conceding cower. There we go. Cowering defense, 100% chance to dodge the next thrown object. Oh my god, these are probably warriors as well, but they are also grieving widows. So this is the family of the people that we got killed. 2 of them are going to throw, and 2 of them are going to stress us out. So I think conceding cower right now so that I can dodge the throws. And then I can dodge or remove a full load of stress here without bleeding apology. And I do that to their grieving widow in the front. Hey, it worked! Oh, but there's another one. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course this doesn't have a happy ending. It's Darkest Dungeon! I'm sorry, what game did you think you were playing? Oh, that's annoying. Did I fail?
They cast her out. An exile. Unwelcome. And unsung.
Never mind, we didn't. However, we did get Breakthrough. It's a melee ability from any of our back 3 positions to any of the front 3 for the enemy. It ignores guard, and it moves us forward 2 spaces, as well as gives winded to ourselves. And removes the guard from the target we hit as well. Neat. Break through their ranks, push through the line, that kind of thing. I see. Coward's Death was too good for me. Oh, Abatoth. Let's have a look at the upgrade on Breakthrough. Why was Raucous Revelry unlocked before Breakthrough, but Breakthrough is before Raucous Revelry on the list? Is the unlock order random? I hope it's not. Nah, I'm just gonna believe it's not. Breakthrough. Your upgrade is, yeah, more damage. And then it also adds to the target that they cannot gain block for 2 rounds. Can I see that being particularly useful against some bosses? Yes. Do I think it's, in general, particularly useful with the information that I currently have access to so far and my understanding of the way these kinds of games work?
No place for decent
Nah, not that one.
Look upon their noble struggle and be humbled by it.
Scouting makes no sense because barricade, Oblivion's Rampart, and then I leave. I already know what the next parts are. I could get some food. I'm loath to admit their peasant victuals tempt me. There's also Dyla, who says gold matters not where we're headed. We could get some in items as well as 30 light. In items or food? I want to go for in items. Oh, never mind. They're combat items. Thunderclap Grenade and Ablated Powders. Pretty cool, but I don't think I need combat items right now. I did invest a huge amount in making sure that I was, ready to take out the Sleeping General. Dreaming General, rather. So I'm ready to prepare for my next challenge. Get rid of those dodge tokens as best we can. Time to withstand some damage.
The slow suffering begins.
Yeah, there's gonna be nothing slow about this. Fight's almost entirely over already. I go both the dogs in a single flashing dagger.
Promising development.
We go for a bleed out here. We do manage to hit the bleed. There's a finishing blow for only 2 damage. Unfortunately, it does hit stress, but it was always going to hit stress. Solemnity for -2 stress. I'm going to be doing that again next turn. The Pillager Hatchetman is already dead, so I'm going to elect to try and prevent the largest bleed on the field.
This wound, at least, has been tended to.
Kill a corpse, save your hood. Let's also Solemnity up for even more stress reduction. Baby, that's going so well.
Another impediment, cleared with impunity.
I'm over the moon about the fact that I killed a lair boss. Still, I'm thinking exclusively about this. The fact that I killed a lair boss, and now it doesn't look like I'm gonna lose a run as a result. And we got 2 hero shrines. This is what I need to do. I need to change my metric for success, for success. And that is, I mentioned a couple episodes ago, it feels a bit weird sometimes to go to a hero shrine and unlock an ability that might give you the ability to possibly win that run. Because it feels like if you hadn't done that, maybe you couldn't have. Or it would have been harder. It would have been harder. It's probably the better way to refer to that. Oh, solid crit with the Iron Swan. But if I change my metric for success, and I think about success through the lens instead, annoying. Extra block plus token that got. Blech. Unfortunately, I've got a 70% chance to crit, but I'm doing 1 to 2 damage maximum. Double, unfortunately, I still have to do it because I need to remove this target. Oh, maybe I go for the blight then. Nice. In critting, that guarantees that it will apply. Yeah, change the metric for success, right? If I get to do new things, discover new things, get a bunch of candles, and unlock new things through hero shrines, that's a successful run. Doesn't need to beat the boss at the end. As much as I might like it to. Let's pop a withstand here. Feels appropriate. Solid weaving of those bones, buddy. I'm gonna use Revenge now in order to remove the weakness stats that I just picked up. Poison Dart does not have the ability to target anyone except the enemy frontliner, so we do that. Oh, they still have Taunt on them? Annoying. They gain that from my pristine lore? They hit me and they get that? I'm not perfectly certain what gain on hit, apply on hit, gain on miss, apply on miss, right? Like apply on miss, right? So gain on miss, gain on hit. These mean if I hit or if I miss, I get this result, right? That's what I thought it was. But if this is given taunt to the enemy, I don't know what it means. I don't know what anything is. Pop one bad boy down on the death door. Unfortunately, their front line is taunted yet again. I really don't know what's doing that right now. Was it from the altar? Oh, okay, yeah, the altar buffed them with at round start, possibly gain taunt in order to defend itself. Everything makes sense again? No need to have any worries.
Cleared with impunity.
Break the armor off of this evangelist. Yeah, I'm not suffering the existence of that altar any longer, thank you. Oh, I got a crit token!
Brilliant conclusion.
Get him! gotta go with a huge heal there. How could you not? I'm gonna split dagger.
Righteous action.
And pass and stress myself out. I guess I'm just gonna lure the enemy to attack my front liner. And that'll have to do. Please don't horrify my team.
Foundation of trust.
I really wish I could reduce the stress of other people here right now with my leper. Awkwardly. I guess I could have tried to take a bunch more turns there, but none of them would have been stress recovery, so it wouldn't have really helped me at all.
Unpleasant in the extreme. This work is noble and necessary.
Wounding words! Plus 50% damage, negative 33% max HP! Oh, extra healing given. Okay. Okay, maybe, I guess.
The loathing whispers.
Oh, cruel intent. So this, if a stained item is equipped, so that would be the healing one, at turn start, gain 2 blindness. However, if you are blind, 66% chance to crit. So if I can set up combos for Dialer, that would be cool. Realistically, I don't want you to have that. The reverberating redoubt is so much better on you. So I guess I am instead going to be going for something much more traditional in extra damage on our Hellion in the front line. Oh, I perfectly steered out of the way of 2 things that I wanted to run into there. One of you's gotta have something in you. Looming large and tall in the distance.
We would come here in summers of years gone to write, think, and rest.
What? The Shambler's Altar! Plus 100% to academic study location scouting. There's no horror greater than the unknown abyss of night. The inscrutable dreaming general stood no chance against Disney. That's right. That's right, they didn't. Abatoth gains misses the market. Turn start 10% chance to become blinded. That's really tough. And Dialer got blundering. No. Combat start, 50% chance to become weakened. They are 2 speed lower, and when they move, they get damaged a 4th of the time. We did get the Splunk, though. So that's good at least. Clotting Poultice and Wax Inoculate have pretty obvious targets here, I feel. Let's go to our
The next
lane
stop
route.
is leagues away. Plan accordingly.
5 points of mastery. This is going to take a little bit actually to decide. Solemnity being a larger heal as well as stress heal both appeals to me. Withstand. So upgrading Withstand doesn't really change that much. It gives 10% extra to the to the resists. But other than that, it turns block tokens into block plus tokens, which I already do, courtesy of my stone mount. I mean, look, upgrading the top end of Chop, pretty much always good. Disney, I really do like the idea of giving you Incision at this point. Ooh, emboldening vapors. If I'm really scared of an enemy backliner, emboldening vapors on Abatoth, who then throws out a Iron Swan to the enemy backline. Seems like that would be particularly effective. Eloise, you definitely need to upgrade a damage skill. Your whole thing is damage and you don't do any. It'd be nice if you did. Raucous Revelry. I know it's pronounced revelry. I just like saying words weird. Keeps me interested in saying words. Raucous Revelry. Giving this the upgrade? I mean... if it's ever relevant, I don't feel like I need it upgraded. I can't spend forever here. Barbaric Yorp. So double weakness to both of the enemy frontliners. This can be really impactful. I think I should take that. I think it's worth its weight in gold. Break. Gaining what? The ability to hit combo setup targets. I don't really combo set up my targets, unfortunately. Disneymere. Let's go with the Incision and Emboldening Vapors upgrades on you. Eloise, you need the Thrown Dagger upgrade, as well as Dead of Night. Abatoth, you already picked up yours. And Dyla, buddy, you're already powerful. I don't know what to tell you. You're already powerful enough. We don't need to change you. Nothing about you needs to change. You are beautiful. God, I love the leper. Weirdly though, as much as I love the leper, I think they're my least favorite member of this party. Oh, no! Okay, I just realized something. Oh, I have just realized something. The next area is the Shambler's Altar, so I get to see the academic location scouting a lot of the time. And maybe it would make sense.
A glint in the shadows. The hunter is here.
Perhaps it would make sense to send the hunter out? The company is just for one region. I could replace a person and then take the hunter. The hunter is very powerful. Give us the ability to possibly take out some shamblers. Oh man. Well, I want to decide that now or
Conventional fare, but fairly priced.
later.
Consider your position and plan accordingly.
I'm definitely not going to complete the region with no stagecoach items equipped. Oh, wow. So the Fater has 200% extra academic studies, and we have 100% extra academic studies location scouting. Going to academic studies is very powerful. Oh, gosh. I'm feeling increasingly like maybe I can't decide this before the end of the episode. Okay, let's buy some whiskey. Because clearly a couple of you need a drink. Oh! Abatoth has become a bon vivant as a result of this. I can't believe you missed the mug. But you have become a bon vivant at least. And in doing so, has managed to salvage her relationship with Disneymere. They're no longer unfriendly to one another. Oh man. Okay, so I can fix one more relationship easily, and that's with one more chugga chugga. Big red car. Eloise and Dyla's relationship. Minor Hail Draft. I mean, like, I'm not going to throw it away right now, but ultimately that and the Minor Gilded Mine don't really make sense to keep along with us. Who would the bounty hunter replace? Realistically, that's a question I should probably ask myself right now. Who would they replace? And why would it be our grave robber? I don't want to spend a million years just sitting here thinking about this single decision. However, I can't really move Disneymere backwards. So would be 4th position, which means that we wouldn't be able to collect our bounties. I guess there's a world in which I could take them instead of the Hellion? No. You know what? Let's do everything that I initially wanted to do, but we're just not going to take the bounty hunter with us. Yeah. Takes me a little bit of time to confirm the thing that I just said with myself. But I really like it. We could pick up an almanac. Oh, that's only if we went to the other side. Naked and Afraid. I'm definitely not doing Naked and Afraid, which means I miss out on this mastery point. I could avoid a watchtower in order to miss out on another mastery point on the other side. Instead, there's probably more movement in... Honestly, neither of these seems, in my memory at least, to have more movement than the other. Alright, I'm gonna select the fader.
The crop continues to spread its tendrils of rot and pestilence.
Final thing I'm gonna check is any inn items that seem like they might be especially useful for us. Let's go 2 stale bread. Feed 1 each to each of our frontliners. And then we'll rest for the Fater.
Repaired and refurbished. Ready for the leagues ahead.
Rest for the night, and then we'll journey onwards. Let's see if anyone hates... Oh, never mind, they're hopeful. Why?
Inspiration unites the hopeful.
It's because they... Oh, that's actually a... That's a downgrade. That's a downgrade, because now... This shouldn't be able to happen. Positive relationship means that I have to lock that in, right? That I have to take Pick to the face on Audrey, even if she doesn't ever intend to use that.
Resentment. The slowest and deadliest poison of them all.
And repartee, which is probably what I would have tagged off, instead has to stay. Alas. Well, this is the start condition for our next episode. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game, well, that's been Darkest Dungeon 2. Top left is a series playlist for all the content of the game, past, present, future. YouTube recommendations down below. Stream past the names of the people so generously supporting the public on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And above the thank you, and a special thanks this episode to Abatoth. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves. And hopefully we'll see y'all next time.